All right, on to some segments. We got the internet featuring, and today, for myself, the internet is featuring BYU's Mascot.
Sick.
Doing way too much. I threw the link in there. We'll throw it on the YouTube video. But the BYU Cougar, which shout out to the Mormons out there, and Zach Wilson. We know the moms love him.
Okay.
So the BYU Cougar, I guess at halftime or something, they brought out 6 folding tables, and they stacked them up on each other, 3 on each side, and the Cougar's in the middle. And he does a push-up, and he jumps himself up to the first table and catches himself. And then he does another push-up up to the second one, and then up to the third, fails, comes back down to the second, and then up to the third
tight.
Again.
So tight.
And
then backflips off the top.
Then he like hops up on the tables, and while they're shaking, you can see the tables legit shaking, pumps up the crowd, and then nails a backflip off the top of the tables.
Sick.
And if this man does not have an NIL deal, I don't know if mascots can get NIL deals, but if they can, he needs a WWE NIL deal stat.
It's great.
Vince McMahon, if you're listening, David, or what's his name, Vince Khan, or who's the dude that does AEW? He's the son of the dude that owns the Jaguars. Insert name Khan.
Yeah,
get this man an NIL deal.
Get him a contract. That's crazy. I do think that would be one of the biggest avenues to make money after a mascot job, right? Because there's no way that a professional mascot really makes that much money unless you're Benny the Bull for 10 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
I gotta imagine that the wrestling contract would
let
go
me
crazy.
find that.
How much they make?
Keep filling dead space. Yeah,
Wait,
hold on. I saw that on Instagram.
You saw how much mascots make, or
hold on. There was something I saw on Instagram yesterday.
That's interesting. It's all coming full circle here, but that's got to be
real.
That's literally got to be, because I'm thinking about what else you actually could do with a tumbling background like that, and super strength, bro. Those push-ups where you spring up to the top of a table, no, mind you, that was pretty high. That it's not easy. I can't do that for sure. What else could you do with that makes money? Maybe a Cirque du Soleil ass motherfucker. You know what I mean? If you're really into some crazy tumbling and acrobatic stuff. Definitely wrestling, professional wrestling, not Greco-Roman college wrestling. I literally can't even think of anything else. Become a crazy ass firefighter. Become a way too involved police officer. You know what I mean? That's about all you got.
Way too involved.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
How much?
So some of the mascot salaries leaked for the NBA.
Oh, damn.
And Rocky, the mountain lion, the mascot of the Denver Nuggets, is the highest paid professional sports mascot. He takes home an annual salary of $625K.
I did not expect that much.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Big bank, bro. Big bank.
Wow.
Harry the Eagle of the Atlanta Hawks, which, why is his name Harry the Eagle? They're the Atlanta Hawks. It should be Harry the Hawk. Get it together.
Come on, man.
His salary, $600K.
Wow.
Benny the Bull, $400K. Go the Gorilla. I think he's the Utah Jazz is his team. $200K, and then
$200K is about what I expected.
Is $100,000.
Okay, I feel like $100,000 is pretty manageable.
It's reasonable.
For a mascot, but they do put their bodies on the line and shit depending on how many tricks they have to do during because they'll be flying through the air dunking basketballs and shit,
especially if you're doing other stuff, you're doing appearances and things outside of the NBA game.
I got to imagine they're salaried and not hourly workers, so I think $200K is a good vibe for them. That's about what I expected. But we're talking $625.
You got to be earning that salary.
Wow.
You got to have I'm talking zero benefits. If you're getting paid $625,000 and they're giving you health insurance on top of that as you're doing flips
Literally.
and shit,
$700,000 contract. That's insane.
Wild.
That's insanity. But I got to go to a Denver Nuggets game then, because apparently he busting his ass down out there. You know what I mean?
For real, dude. All right, what you got? What's the internet featuring today for?
You always bring some cool stuff to the internet featuring, and I kind of want to bring a controversial one from Twitter today. So did you see where it was these women it looked like a cookout, and they were talking. It was like a bunch of women gathered around, but it was two that were really talking. One woman that had like 2 burgers, a bunch of chicken, and some corn on her plate, and the other woman literally just had, she literally just had like a couple chicken wings, ear of corn, and like
somebody
maybe a few
was like,
shrimp
"This
or
is
something."
a female Andrew Tate.
He literally, but so the person with less on their plate was like, "Oh no, like your plate," talking to the other person, "is low vibrational. Like you have too much on your plate. Like if someone were to look at our plates and say, who is the queen here, it would be my plate because I have a dainty little plate here." Blah blah blah. And I just wanted to get your thoughts on that. I wanted to know, because all the women around her gassing her up, being like, yes, you're exactly right. Like, we gotta eat. You know, I don't even know if it was necessarily about the food, but it's more about the posturing and the, you know, looking like you're, you know, above it all. But what do you think? I'm curious, Justin. Is that low vibrational to maybe overindulge or eat certain kinds of food or something like that?
It is not. And I'm going to flip it.
Ooh.
Because having the confidence as an individual to eat whatever the fuck you want and do whatever you want is the epitome of high vibrations. A queen, a king, a royal individual is going to do whatever the fuck they want.
Facts.
Because they're a queen. You think Queen Elizabeth, and rest her soul, God bless. Like, you think she was worried about how many crumpets were on her plate at afternoon tea? Nah, bro.
You know, that's how I
feel. She was
feel.
eating as many crumpets as she wanted, and we know that King William is eating as much food as we want because we can tell by looking at his fat ass finger sausage hands.
I agree with that. I definitely, and it's interesting to me because I do kind of get where she was coming from. It's like low vibrational, you know what I mean? Especially as it comes to the amount of bread that was on the one person's plate versus the other. Like, if we're talking about just like empty ass calories you could be putting in your body, like a burger bun is like up there, you know what I mean? It's one of the worst things you could actually eat. But at the end of the day, like, calling someone else on that, even if they are like your friend or whatever, fucked up. Like, you're an asshole. That's definitely food shaming. Like, I think everyone should have an appropriate relationship with food, which I like struggle with sometimes, you know what I mean? That doesn't mean you should eat nothing. That doesn't mean you should eat everything, you know? And I think calling someone else out on that, because they all look good. Nobody there was like obese or anything like that, you know what I mean? So
I think putting your friends on blast,
like on the internet too,
on the internet, and like at a public like cookout in the backyard with all your other friends, and you're gonna blast them because they're eating what is a respectable amount of food at a fucking barbecue. Like, you're telling me you go to a barbecue and you don't get a burger and a hot dog and some wings and some mac and cheese, maybe a little potato salad, and maybe even throw a bag of Fritos on top of that with a Capri Sun on the side?
Not her.
Like, you're not living.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel. And I get, hey, you know, to each their own. If you want to have your little dainty plate, do that. If I want to have my fat ass stacked plate, let me do that. Like, don't talk like,
don't be judging me.
Don't be judging like that. And also, it hurt me to see all the people gas her up like that, including the woman that was getting accosted. I don't know about
that
accosted.
That woman that's getting accosted needs to find some friends with higher vibrations, because that whole group of women has very low vibrational tones.
Bang. And that was what I got on the internet, man. We vibe. I also muted the word vibrations or vibrational on my Twitter timeline because I'm done seeing those tweets. I don't care anymore.
That's too much. That's too much.
What we got?
All right, let's hop into some albums.
Okay.
New albums, new music.
Yeah.
Old albums, old music.
You want me to go first?
Music. Yeah. What you got?
I will go first. So I'm starting out with, or I say starting out, like this is the one album. The new Kenny Beats album, Louis. Did you check out Louis?
I have not yet. I've heard it's very good though.
It is very good. So I know we don't really care about Anthony Fantano's internet's busiest music nerds opinions, but he loved the album, gave it a 10. We gotta love the yellow shirt coming out from Anthony Fantano. It's just amazing, you know what I mean? I always thought that Kenny Beats was a great musician. He went to Berklee School of Music, you know what I mean? He has produced for some of the biggest rap artists over the last 5 to 10 years. Like, multi-instrumentalist, absolutely amazing. You gotta check out this new album, Louis. It's so good. It's like it's actually finally coming back to real music, you know what I mean? Producer forward, like, just taking you on a journey from end to end. So gotta recommend and can't recommend it enough. Louis by Kenny Beats. Yeah.
Louis, Kenny Beats. I'm searching for it to add it.
Yes, sir. Find it anywhere.
Bro, that's some bullshit. When did it come out?
A couple weeks ago.
Okay, that makes sense then.
Yeah.
I may have seen it and just breezed past it.
Yeah, it definitely.
Like,
it's very low key because there's no features listed on it. You know what I mean? Like the artwork doesn't even have Kenny Beats on it. It's like a painting of Kenny Beats, but not like super, recognizably. But it's good stuff. It's like an amazing album. It's really good.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to peep that out. Does he give the artist credits like anywhere on Apple Music?
Not on Apple Music. I haven't looked for them online, but I'm sure they are somewhere.
Contributions from Vince Staples, Mac DeMarco, Slow Tie, JPEG Mafia, Thundercat, Omar Apollo, and Fushi, among others.
Yeah, I would definitely say listen to it first. Just feel it as it is, and then from there you can like seek out the individual artists. But I also would recommend end to end on that. Like, don't chop it up. Like, it's really good. Yeah.
One of my favorite things to do with albums like that, where they don't put like features or anything on it, is to listen to it all the way through and try and like pick out the features. Be like, oh shit, is that Vince Staples? Oh shit, is that Lil Durk? Is that a Lil Baby feature? Just fun stuff to do with music. Okay, we are going back a couple of weeks for this album. New project from JID, your boy Jidda. The Forever Story, his newest album. I believe it was about 4 years in between this album and DiCaprio 2, which JID has been slept on for a very long time.
Facts.
He's been a very good feature artist for a while, but DiCaprio and DiCaprio 2 were very good albums. He is the only artist that I know of that has done a college show, and they've been going so hard that the floor literally gave out at the show. So big shout out to JID. Dope album. As with a lot of Dreamville releases, tons of features from the Dreamville squad, Earth Gang. Kenny Mason's on there, Ari Lennox. J. Cole, I think, has a feature from Durk, 21 Savage, Lil Wayne. List goes on and on. But this is, again, like you said with Louis, an album you listen to all the way through from start to finish. And then you can chop it up with your favorite tracks. But his wordplay is always top tier. His lyrics are amazing. And there's a couple of songs in there, like I want to say Radar, which is the first track on the album. He just completely chops up the instrumental halfway through, and it changes to a completely different instrumental with a completely different flow, and it's the same track. So very good project from JID. An early frontrunner, according to some music blogs, for Album of the Year for the hip-hop category.
Okay.
Speaking
tight.
of Albums of the Year and awards, should we get to the top three?
Let's get it. Top three.
Top three. Pew, 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 pew.
Bang. What are we talking about? What is the top three?
This week for the top three, we are going with a Grammy theme. But before we hop into this week's top three, we are going to try and do a top three initiative here, where we're trying to crowdsource some top threes. So if any of you guys that are listening to, or girls that are listening to the podcast, if you have a go-to playlist, a playlist that you're listening to in the car, to and from work, at the gym, like a low-key vibe, chill playlist at the end of the night when you're showering, doing whatever, like turn-up playlist, any playlist that you listen to, that you fuck with very heavily, send it to your boys. Hit us in the DMs on Instagram, shoot us a text with that playlist, and we will feature your playlist on the podcast, and we will do a top three from your playlist.
Okay.
So hop in the DMs, hit your boy with a text, send us a link to that playlist, and we'll get you featured on the pod.
Let's go. So,
without further introduction, this week's top three, we are doing Grammy Record of the Year winners since 2000. So we have a list of the winners for the Grammy Record of the Year from 2000 to 2021. And that is what we're picking from. So let's see. I think you went first last week. So
hit it.
I am going to take the jump here. And I think I know where you want to go. And there's
you're first of all, man, you're first. Don't think about where I'm going here, right? Worry about yourself. You know what I mean? Let's get your picks out there.
I'm gonna worry about myself then.
Exactly. My pick. Don't worry about my picks.
We're going Daft Punk, Get Lucky.
Nice.
Record of the year from 2014.
We love Get Lucky. We love Daft Punk. What a great vibe. And Pharrell and Nile Rodgers. Let's go. Yes. Mm-hmm. We love Get Lucky.
Fantastic track.
I'm going to start with the first eligible year, the year 2000, with Rob Thomas and Santana, Smooth. Dude, that song is so good.
I haven't heard that song in forever.
Forever. I mean, I think I heard it actually last weekend at a bar. But overall, if you play that song in any situation, it's going to kick. 100%.
Okay.
What you got? What you got?
Well, I'm not going 2016. Because that's just like, ugh.
I tried to avoid songs that are completely overplayed.
Yeah.
Because we definitely have, so
overplayed.
2016, for anyone out there listening, Uptown Funk by Mark Ronson featuring Bruno Mars was overplayed. Like, there's no way you can...
Not even an honorable mention for this top three.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go with a probably, you could argue it's overplayed, but this album swept the Grammys, so that's playing into it a little bit for me. I'm going Green Day, Boulevard of Broken Dreams from 2006. A little overplayed, not my favorite song on the album, but a very good Green Day song from my favorite Green Day album and one of my favorite albums of all time.
I think that's the rough part, is because I definitely saw Boulevard of Broken Dreams on here, but it is not close to my favorite song on American Idiot. Like,
not even close.
Yeah, but great song though, so I feel it. The fact that Ray Charles is on this list in 2005, go crazy. I am going to go with, like I said, I'm trying to avoid overplayed songs. This one may be close, cutting it really close to overplayed. The song from 2010, Use Somebody by Kings of Leon. Great song.
One.
I don't know how it's
a very
close.
Good one.
It's close to overplayed. Use Somebody.
Okay.
All right, last one.
I know we said we're trying to avoid the overused songs, but I am going with a song that got just blown out of the water. Overplayed is not even. Yeah. It's not an applicable statement.
I gotta know what song. I think I know.
Somebody That I Used to Know by Gautier from 2013. Come on.
Yeah,
just
100%.
An amazing. It's a great song. It's the definition of a one-hit wonder. I don't think they've released a song that has charted or that anybody can name since that song. And the remixes, like the EDM remixes of that song, go crazy. So my final pick, Somebody That I Used to Know by Gautier featuring Kimbra, 2013 winner.
A song I'm surprised is actually not on here is We Are Young by Fun.
Yeah.
That song always, like, in the same vein of Somebody That I Used to Know. I feel like it was way overplayed, and it is a bop. Like, when it's played, I'm like, oh yeah, fucking great
I wonder if same like line, You're Beautiful.
You're beautiful.
I feel like that was probably like a nominee that got beat out by somebody.
Yeah.
But
that was earlier
is
too.
A song. Yeah, that's a song that's, same kind of thought process.
I'm surprised at a lot of the songs that won here. We got U2 on the list twice in the early 2000s. What a travesty.
Back-to-back years.
Travesty. Terrible. We got the Dixie Chicks on here in 07. What were we thinking? Yeah.
Before they were canceled. Now they're just the Chicks.
Ah, boo. Okay, my last one before I get too out here. I also got to give 2 honorable mentions, but I think they're a little too recent for me to really put them on the list right now. So Silk Sonic, Leave the Door Open in 2022. Mm-hmm. What a great song. In a couple years, we'll come back and revisit this again. And Childish Gambino, This Is America. Mm-hmm. What a great song. I think that was a cool song, you know what I mean? I definitely heard it a lot when it was, like, out. but it faded fast. Like when I hear that song now, I'm like, all right, man, we don't need to play this again. My third choice here, no more honorable mentions, is I literally just lost it. Oh, Stay With Me by Sam Smith.
Great song.
Banger. 2015.
Great song.
Banger. Slow banger.
That's
too.
another one with the EDM remixes of that song go in.
Yeah, no, yeah, fire.
Honorable mention for me, Bad Guy, Billie Eilish. I know people hate on Billie Eilish a lot because she's like an industry plug and like had like so many legs up on everybody, but that song slaps.
That song does slap. Honestly, out of all the Billie Eilish songs, Bad Guy is probably my favorite, like by far. I don't mind Billie Eilish's style, but yeah, definitely. Yeah. What was the meme a while ago? Like, I don't care what your art is if your parents make more than like $200,000 a year or whatever, like something like that.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, that's Billie Eilish. If your parents make $1 million or more a year, I don't give a fuck. Like, but hey, that was the top 3.
And if your parents handed you a multi-million-dollar career and record deal, you know, I mean, people aren't going to like you.
You know, it's not. It just doesn't seem as genuine as it could. You know.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of respect that's gonna come your way. You're really gonna have to earn respect and street cred in the music industry if your parents plant you like that.
Oh yeah.
You now listen to the UKNO Podcast with your boy Mike Watts and Jay Kraft. Follow us on Apple Music and Spotify. Hit all the social links. Make sure you rock with us every week.